All right.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live stream. It's Floxy from Floxy Digital Biz here, and this is Coach Ishioma with us today.
Yes, so
Thank you so much for coming to this live stream.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Coach, please, I'm going to be reading from my phone. I have my questions here. Okay. Can you please introduce yourself to us, please? Tell us how you got started with this online business because we are here to talk about this online digital business that is so sweet and interesting.
Yes, so my people, yes, this is Ishioma coming to you from British Columbia, Canada. And for those of you who may not know me, I'm also known as the Digital Boss Babe.
Oh,
I've
yes.
been working in the online space now for over 6 years, 6.5 years actually. And it's been so amazing. I mean, when I even think about how long it's been, it's just mind blowing because not too many people can actually tell you that they've been into a particular business, especially an online business, for this long, right? And in our community, we have people that have even been here longer, 9 years, 10 years, 8 years. So, yes, again, I started this 6 years ago, and how I came across this business was, I was scrolling through my social media, just like you guys are watching us, or those of you that are going to watch the replay, you know, and I saw, honestly, to be honest, I've actually been seeing this same person posting on Facebook for a good 1 year, always talking about her online business, always talking about, oh, my online business did this for me. Oh, it made me buy some land or property back home. Oh, it made me buy a car without any auto loan. Oh, it helped me to take care of my parents, you know. So for a good 1 year, I was watching, I was observing. I would get curious, I will look at it, I will scroll by. I will come again maybe a few weeks later, a few months later, I'll look at it, I will scroll by.
Yeah.
But one day, one blessed day, and this was right after I had gone back to work from my maternity leave, you know. And at that time, quite frankly, I was not happy to be going back to that workplace. Maybe I'll tell you guys the story another day, or maybe during the course of
Oh,
the conversation.
God.
But I was just like, every time I'm going into that workplace, I'm like, oh God, when is this over? So, as God will have it, this blessed day, this lady, I've been seeing her post, but I keep ignoring it. She posted something that caught my attention. She's like, my skeptical sister finally joined me in this business. And I know her sister,
Right.
is her older sister, right? So I'm like, if your older sister who was skeptical finally decided to join you, that means there must be something there that is
Mm-hmm.
worth looking at. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? So that now made me reach out to her and say, come on, what is this thing that you're always posting about that you don't used to say the details, but you're always talking about how it's blessing you? How do I learn more about it? So she said, oh, go to my website and follow the instructions there. So me now being curiosity curiosity person, right? I was very curious at that time. I went to her website. I saw that, okay, it said put in your name, put in your email, watch the webinar. So I did. I watched the webinar, and oh my God, when I watched the webinar, I'm like, wait, am I hearing very well? You know how when you get like maybe something inside my ear, let me clean the ear first,
Mm-hmm.
clean my eye, let me make sure that what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing is real. So I watched the webinar and I was blown away because people were just testifying of how this business has changed their lives, how people are able to walk away from their jobs, how people are making what I was earning in a year in my salary, making it in 1 or 2 months. And
Mm-hmm.
remember, I said I was already tired of my workplace and I was looking for a way out.
Yeah.
Something in me started telling me this might be able to help me reach that goal if all these people are doing this the same thing. So, quite frankly, the next step after watching that webinar was to pay the 149. But being that, as I am a very, very analytical person, I didn't go ahead and pay the 149 right away. I sat thinking about it for days, but the thought wouldn't leave me, especially
Mm-hmm.
everything I had heard from all the testimonials. So eventually, you know what I said? I mean, what will it really cost me after all these people are saying they're gonna give me my 149 back, right? If I decide it's not a good fit for me. So I
Mhm.
decided to take that bold step, paid the 149 and got inside. The one that I saw inside the webinar, that was even beans. Compared to what I now saw inside the community. Okay.
Mhm.
When I got added into the community, again, it was a no-brainer. I was like, you know what? I'm in. Sign me up. This is the answer to my prayer. This is the
Mhm.
vehicle that will help me get that freedom that I'm looking for. And ever since then, I got started in the business, and here I am today, 6 years later. I am now one of those testimonies, and I can
Yes,
tell
so
you, it's amazing, man.
of course, it is amazing. It's
Yeah.
really amazing, honestly. If you don't come into it, you wouldn't know. That's it. There's much more to learn. And then some persons might want to ask, especially those who have been hearing this business for the first time, like, who is this business actually designed for? I know you've answered part of it, but are there specific people this business is designed for, or is it just like any other business, people go into it, because in this business we usually ask questions like, what are your intentions? Why did you decide that this is a good fit for you? So are there
Mhm.
specific people this business is designed for?
Yeah, I mean, there are different ways I can answer this question, right? But let me try and keep it short because I don't
Mhm.
want to bore you guys with a long story today. But to be honest, anybody can do this business, but not everybody can do it. The reason why I say that is because it's going to sound like what you said. Anybody can do, it, but not everybody. What does that mean, right? If you're somebody who you're just after fast money, quick cash, I want to get rich overnight, then you fall into that category of somebody this will not be a good fit for, right? If you're somebody who is looking for a free way to make money, this is not an employment opportunity. It is a business opportunity, an opportunity for you to be an entrepreneur. So if you fall into that category of somebody looking for a way to make money without putting in anything, you don't want to put in time, you don't want to put in money. It's like you just want manna to fall from heaven. Then this will not be a good fit for you, right? And then if you're somebody who is not like you're not coachable, you just want somebody to do everything for you, you don't want to do your own bit, right? You don't have that good work ethic, then this will not be a good fit for you. But anything outside of these things that I've just said, if you're somebody who is willing to learn, you have goals, you have dreams, you're a go-getter, you are somebody who believes that it takes money to make money, it takes time, effort, and patience to get results, you know then this would definitely be a good fit for you. So this business is not something where you need to be like this highly educated person, because sometimes people look at us and they feel like, oh, maybe you are, maybe look at Amaka and say, oh, you're a nurse. They look at me and say, oh, you were an engineer before, so you need to have like degrees and qualifications to be able to get it. No, so you don't need any special qualifications, you don't need any special experience. Honestly, you don't even have to be tech savvy. We have grandmas that are doing this business,
Oh, yeah.
people in their
Mhm.
70s are doing this, even a couple of
Mhm.
people in their 80s that are doing this. Then we also have the people that are very, very young,
Yep.
18, 19, 21, also doing this. That tells you that it's not a matter of your age, it's not a matter of your capacity in terms of like your skill set or your experience. You don't need to have done business before. You don't need to be a certain race to do this, because sometimes people see maybe our post online and say, why is it only Africans I always see talking about this? Why is it only Nigerians I always see talking about this? So anybody can do it. In fact, in our community, we have people from different parts of the world, different countries, different nationalities, different
Mhm.
professions, right? But these
Mhm.
are people that came together because of a common goal, that they wanted more in life, more time, more income, more freedom, right? So if you're that person, you have a burning desire in you that you want a change, you want something better for yourself, for your family. You don't want your 1 to 2 or 3 years from now to look the exact same way as it is right now. You're sick and tired of being where you are. Then this is a good fit for you. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yes, with that, I hope you guys can see that if you check all these boxes, then definitely you want to do this for yourself. Okay. All right.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. That was very, very refreshing, because some people think that you really have to have all the degrees for you to be able to do this. Like, you need to know what computer is talking about, how to manipulate online. I thought the same way when I started. I'm like, oh my God, what do I do at Facebook? No, no, I don't do that. I just go there, post, wish
Mm,
people happy birthday, congratulations, and walk away. I don't really know how to go. I don't know the nitty-gritties of social media, but yeah, I've come to understand that it's absolutely wrong, because elderly people who don't know what computer is in their generation, they are
mhm.
all in this business and they are doing it quite well, you know.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. So actually, what's a typical day like for someone who has this business doing? Is it
yeah.
something one can combine with a job? For instance, my case, I'm a registered nurse now, and you were an engineer when you started. What's a typical day like? Combination of this very digital business with your 9 to 8 or your 12 hours or your regular shift. How does it go? How does it blend? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, of course, of course. I like this question so much because, sometimes I think people have this mindset that people that are doing online business are people that are they don't have work to do. So they rather come online and waste time.
Mhm.
Because I'm not gonna lie, honestly, before I started this business, I had that mindset that social media was a waste of time. Okay. So if I know that I want to be focused, right? Let's say you are going through some courses in school or you're going through your work and all that, you want to focus on your family, focus on your work, then you shouldn't be thinking about social media. Social media is for lazy people. So
Yeah.
I had that mindset before too, where it's like stay away from social media if you want to be focused. And I'm
Mm.
saying because some people still have that mindset till today. In fact,
Until now, yeah.
my husband was showing me a video that I think it's Denzel Washington. I don't know how many of you know Denzel Washington, but he's a very popular Hollywood actor. So he's a very good motivational speaker too. But I don't really know what context he was saying this from because it was a very short video, like 30 seconds or something. But part of what he said was like, stay away from social media. I'm like, huh? What's this guy talking about?
And that's what is promoting him.
I know exactly. So if you're still that person that has that mindset that you know what, oh, I'm too busy, all of you that are on social media, you have too much time, that's why, then you're actually shooting yourself in your foot because social media and the online space, honestly, I like to say is the new crude oil. It's the new gold rush. So what that means is that you can already have your full-time 9 to 5 or 12 to 12 or 6 to 6 job and you can be able to combine this with it. When I started this, honestly, for the first 2 years, I was still working full time, and the nature of my job was 12-hour shifts, morning shifts. Sometimes I switch into night shift, weekends, and all that. So you can say that I was very busy. Yes, I also have my family too to cater to when I come back from work. But still, I was able to build this business as a side hustle to the
Mhm,
point where it now surpassed my salary from my full-time job. And then
mhm.
I now had a choice. Do I want to keep on working at this job, which remember at the beginning I said I was trying to escape from it anyway?
Yeah.
Or do I want to get out of there and then focus on my business, right? And how was I able to do that? Well, if you're somebody who is dedicated, right? Once you know that you want to do something, you will find a way to do it.
Mm.
But what I did was before I go out off to work, right? When I wake up in the morning, I can just say 30 minutes, let me just check on my phone, see if there's anything I want to do quickly related to my business before I get up, get ready, get everybody ready, and head out the door. When I go to work, I used to have breaks, lunch breaks, coffee breaks. So instead of me to go and stand and be gossiping, with my coworkers, have you heard? Have you heard the latest? That's the time I go and I work on my business.
Yeah.
And when I come back from work, I check again before I sleep. When we finish eating and everything, before I sleep, another few 30 minutes there, boom. So honestly, if you have 1 hour or 2 hours in a day, that is good enough for you to run this. You know why? Because the internet continues to run 24/7, even when you are sleeping, even when you are working, even when you're hanging out with your family. And because this is an internet based business and we connect it to automation, it means that
Mhm.
your business can continue to run in the background even when you are busy. So,
Oh,
my
yeah.
dear sisters and brothers, if you're watching this and you feel like you are too busy, that is not an excuse. Instead, that is an excuse for your own future that you are hindering. But that is
Mhm.
not a real excuse because we have people that have two jobs, three
Yeah.
jobs. they have family, they have school, they have church, they have all the responsibilities you can think of that are still able to make this work because, like I said, where there's a will, there's a way. And then on top of that, with our automation, it is
Mhm.
very possible to run it just within a
Mhm.
few hours a day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's very wonderful. Thank you so much. The
Mhm,
same thing I was also doing when I started, I didn't quite get everything at once immediately. Of course, that's not possible.
mhm,
So whenever I go to work or just for a few minutes, I'll go in and then I'll read because our platform is very educational. Lots of things to listen to, videos on how to run this business. So
yes.
that initial time, what I needed was knowledge. So whenever I'm at work and I have a time off, the normal breaks for the
Mhm,
days that I will take breaks because
mhm,
it's very difficult in my profession. So
mm,
what I just do is I just put in my earpiece and then I listen to those videos,
mm,
orientations. You continue to learn and learn, and then when you
yeah.
have another 30 minutes at home, you want to implement it a bit. You want to implement whatever you must have learned like that. So that's
Mhm.
just how we grow the business. So it's very nice. Thank you so much for that answer. And then
You're
there's the next one is a very big one. Like of late, people have been asking this giant question, and when I saw it, I was like, "Oh my God!" I almost forgot to add it to my list of questions. They
welcome.
kept asking, "Is this an MLM? And
Mm,
do people have to recruit friends and family? Do I
mm,
have to go knocking on doors? How do I need people in this business?" And then
mm.
one came up to me and was like, "Why do I need people in this business? This is just going to be trouble." How am I supposed to talk to people? I'm shy. I don't, you know.
Right,
Yes.
right. That's
Yes.
a very, very good question. And that question honestly makes me laugh, especially that part about why do I need people? Do I need to bring people? My people, you tell me, have you seen any business in this world that does not involve human beings? Okay, except maybe you are a veterinarian person, dealing
Yeah.
with animals. But even then, you will need a human being to bring those animals to you. So that person is actually your customer. It's not the dog or the cat that is your customer,
Oh dear.
right? So the truth is, there is no way that you talk about business that you don't expect to have human beings. But I get it. The reason why people ask that is because, you know, number one, they're afraid of, oh, is this one of those things that I'm going to go and start bugging my friends, my church members, my co-workers, everybody that knows me, we know that I'm always trying to sell them something and they'll be trying to avoid me. That's that's kind of the mentality behind that question, right?
Mm,
And to be very transparent with you guys, you don't have to do that here with this platform. And honestly, that was one of the things that attracted me to this community, like for me to actually move forward to start my business. Because before I started this, I had been invited to other, business opportunities. There was one time somebody invited me, oh, just come to our house, we're having a get together. Before I know it, they started giving out sample. Try this one, taste this one. I still waiting the apple. So me, I was just chopping the freebies, freebies. But before I know what's happening, they're like, oh, if you want to have a party like this, you can
yeah.
sign up here and then we'll help
Mhm.
you organize. I'm like,
Mhm.
mm-mm, count me out.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's just one example. There's so many other examples I can give you of where
Oh
people
yes.
invited me over, let's have coffee, let's do this. I'm like, okay, good for you, not good for me.
Mhm.
But when I came into this community, first of all, I even realized that, okay, how did I even get here? I told you the story. If you're here from the beginning, you will see what I said, that I was watching somebody posting on social media. She never for once approached me, nothing. But somehow, when the time was right, I was the one that
Yeah.
now reached out to
Yeah.
ask, how far, tell me.
Mhm.
So I saw that what we do here is attraction marketing. We're not like chasing people down, trying to convince them, trying to beg them or bug them to join us. So that alone stood out for me that, okay, I think I can do this. You understand? So let's just set the record straight. Yes, you're going to need human beings. You're going to need people as clients. That's the nature of any business. Even if you're selling, hair extensions, you open a
Mhm.
restaurant, you are
Mhm.
selling clothes, whatever it is that you're doing, as long as it's business, you're going to require customer
People,
service.
yeah, of course.
Just that the difference is we're not teaching you to go run after people. You're going to attract people. Just the same way if you open, let's say, Starbucks or McDonald's today,
Yeah.
right? You're going to advertise it, you're going to put out flyers, you're going to probably tell the radio station in your town to announce that, oh, there's a latest McDonald's or Starbucks in town, and then people will start flocking to you. Same thing with this business. When you open your business, we teach you ways that you'll get to attract people automatically into your business for you to grow, right? And then if you're worried, oh, is this MLM or anything? Again, the reason why people are so skeptical about MLM kind of businesses is because of that bad rapport that they have, that
Oh
you
yeah.
can't go right
Yeah.
out to your friends and your family and we're going to start pitching to them,
Mm,
about your business. And that just scares people right off,
mm.
right? And then
That's
some other little things about MLM, typical MLM is the fact that, okay, you have to meet certain quotas every month. And if you don't meet that
mm-hmm.
quota, you kind of get out of business or something, right? These are some of the things that scare people that have tried such business models and they get scared about that. But I can tell you guys for a fact that here, you don't have to worry about any of those things, right? You
Mm,
can build your
mm.
business with peace of mind at your own pace. There's no pressure, and no need to bother anybody or, things like that scare you out of a traditional MLM business. So, yeah, I hope that helps to answer and clarify that question.
Oh, yes. Most people don't believe it when we tell them that this business actually runs on automation. They
Mm-hmm.
don't seem to understand. It's not like everything about it is automated. Yeah, we are human beings. We are not automated. Okay. So, but it's a part of this business that runs on its own. You
Yeah.
just start it and then it carries on. That's why you wake up to see leads, like
Mhm.
you see emails that's telling you that you have new leads, you have new buyers, you have new distributors, because even while you're sleeping, this business is running. So that's what makes it different from the traditional MLM, which some of them you have to stock products in your house. If you don't sell them within a specific time, just like that. So I understand why people are actually scared and they are like, no, no, we don't want to bring people, we don't want to get people into it. No, no, I don't want to go asking my pastor or my church members. No. So in
Yes,
this case, yes, we
that,
we
that,
we use, yeah.
that's a good point that you raised because you just reminded me, that I guess I'm so used to it now that I don't even think about it anymore. But it's like a daily occurrence where I wake
Yeah,
up and I see all these alerts on my phone of
yeah,
people
yeah,
who are basically coming to me that I don't know from
yeah,
anywhere. Some
yeah,
of them are
yeah,
even going ahead to, pay their registration fee, move forward, and I don't
yeah,
know
yeah,
them. Right?
yeah.
It's like me and Amaka working together now. Like we don't know any ourselves from anywhere. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
online that we met.
Online. I just saw her ads, very attractive. It blended with what I wanted, and then I just skied in just like that. So thank you so much for that question. Then another question is, some of us that are married, we have skeptical spouse,
Yeah.
skeptical relatives, skeptical anybody that we are staying with. People want to be like discouraged. Don't go. No, this, they give you one or two reasons, and then some of these people you can't do it without them. Like that. They are curious, but they are very, very skeptical. So that's a very big that's a very big problem.
Yeah.
Such kind of things. How can people handle it? We have lots of people in our community who has had such kind of issues. By the way, I read their story. Coach is one of them, but
Mhm.
at the end of the day,
Yeah.
all right, so you be a very good example for us.
Example, Abby. Yes, that's true. That's true. And I'm so glad that you brought it up because honestly, that was because I belong to this community and I saw that there were other people in a similar case like me.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that really gave me the motivation to keep going and to even get started. Because, yes, when I started this, keep in mind from when I paid my registration fee to when I fully launched my business, it was not immediate. In as much as I'd have loved it to be immediate, because
Mm,
in my own mind, I was already sold in. I wanted to get started.
mm.
But then I went to my Oga at the top. I said, Oga at the top, oh, look at what is happening here. Let's do this thing. What do you think? You know? So, I looked at it and said, this is not real. This is not real. Because I was so excited. Do you know how I said when I got into the community, it was like what I even heard on the webinar was like beans. It was like chicken change compared to what I
Mm-hmm.
saw. So for me, I was like, really? Somebody made 40,000 in a month. I have to work 6 months at my job to make that kind of money. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
honey, look at this. Look at people making money, and we are here working too hard. I was so excited, right? And he looked at it like, no, it can't be real. Like, no, it can't be real. This must be his exact words. Like, this has got to be a Ponzi scheme. I said,
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure? You think so? I said, that the way I'm seeing this thing, I don't think so. I said, you know what? Oh yeah, let me go and be the scapegoat.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and see, because I've done my own research. Keep in mind, I
Yeah.
was doing research, I was asking questions, I was looking,
Mm-hmm.
researching,
Your due diligence.
Yes, yes, because when you pay that 149, we give you 30 days to do
Mm-hmm.
all the diligence you want to do and be
Oh yeah.
comfortable and confident before you now fully launch. So I
Mm-hmm.
use that time very well to do my due
Yeah.
diligence. I say, you know what? From what I see, I don't think this is a Ponzi scheme like you're thinking. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and let's see where it takes me. So I went ahead and I started and I was building in silence. And this is one thing that some people, which I understand, might not have the courage to do is to
Mm-hmm.
start without approval, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a certain kind of, I guess, inner strength to be able to do that and then to be able to build on it in silence.
Mm-hmm.
Because my goal, in fact, I would say that was my number one goal, in as much as my big goal was to be able to get off my 9 to 5, but my immediate goal was to be able to start getting results that
Mm-hmm.
will show him that, you know what, look, this thing is real. Oh. Like they
Yeah.
actually pay you money for what you are doing, right? And this is something that is government recognized. So that was my first focus. For the first few months, I was working quietly, you know. And eventually, when the checks started coming, thank God that here in Canada they pay us checks, although that's about to change very soon. So
Yes, so.
you're seeing these envelopes, and it's like, what is this? Which company is like, what is this for? And like, you remember that business? That's what you. This is where the money is coming from. It's like, really? So it's real? I said, yes, so it's real. you know. So as time went on, in fact, I can tell you now for a fact, he's even more excited to open the mailbox than me. He will just be running there to open the mailbox and say, "Oh, you got checks?" I say, "Yes, thank you." you know.
Yeah.
Imagine if I just went right back into my shell that
Mm.
my spouse said no. He says it's Ponzi scheme, so therefore let me just leave it. I won't be here today. You
Yeah.
know. So sometimes we as individuals and as couples, we need to take that bold leap of faith and
Mm.
just start and then walk towards getting results that would then be the evidence to show that skeptical person that
Mm.
listen, thank you for being skeptical. At least it made me work hard
Conscious.
on
Yeah.
what I'm
Okay.
working on so that I can show you that
Mm-hmm.
really it's actually not
This-
as bad as you think, you
Oh yeah.
know. And
Mm-hmm.
this is exactly what I saw. A lot of other people in our community who also have who also they started with skeptical spouses. Same kind of story, right?
Mm-hmm.
In fact, there's a people that comes to my mind where even till today everybody knows that man as show me the money, because that's what he was
Yes,
telling
so.
his wife. Show me the money, show me the money. you know. And when
Mhm.
she started showing him the money, guess what? Because of this business, even the man now has left his full-time job.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
that is
Mhm.
just how these things go. In life, yes, you come across some skeptical people, some negative people that will try to, discourage you, but you
Mhm.
have to find a way to block out those distractions, block out those negativities, and focus,
Mhm.
right? Have that
Mhm.
focus and let your result speak on your behalf and then convince them eventually.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Thank you so much. There are lots of people that way in our community. Even when they don't have a spouse, they can have relatives. Telling them, discouraging them. The truth is, you have to do your own due diligence. That's it. I know the online space is filled with lots of things, let me put it that way. Yeah, lots of whatsoever. But if you do your due diligence, that's why we always encourage you pay your money, that your 149 is totally refundable. You pay your 149, and then you have more access into the community. That's where you see more. That's where you learn more. Then if you look at the model and you are feeling like, I can't do this,
Mm.
it's refundable like that. But you wouldn't know if you don't try.
Yeah.
As you are searching those things, as you are asking questions, most of us in our community, we have our own personal page before our business page. So you can always go, you can always speak to anybody. We are not robots. We are normal people. So you can always get through to anyone. Let's finish quickly now. I'm just going to ask the next question. Sorry, I'm taking lots of your time, coach.
No worries.
Yes, yes. There's a question that most people are asking. Beside the financial side of this business,
Mhm.
what are the other benefits that people gain in terms of community, in terms of training? Which other benefits? Because some people are looking for avenue to belong to a certain thing. It's not just go get money, go back. They want to understand which other benefits are they going to get from this entire thing. Can you
Mm.
elaborate, please?
There are so many of my people. There are so many.
Oh
You
yeah.
I like to use myself as an example because honestly, you know how I said before I thought that social media was a waste of time. So that's to tell you that I was not a social media person, right? So for those of you that are watching this that are considering, tapping into this online space and you're feeling like I'm not a social media person, I don't think I can do like you guys. Honestly, I was just like you. I was just like you. I just had one picture on my profile for like 6 or 7 years. I never post anything, only when, okay, maybe when it's Christmas, then I'll say Merry Christmas, everybody. Or when it's my birthday and everybody has been wishing me happy birthday, I'll come back and say, Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.
That was 2 times a year. Okay, maybe add New Year. Let's make it 3 times. New Year, birthday, and Christmas. Those were the only times that I will post something. And it's not even a picture, it will just be a text. Thank you, everyone. Merry Christmas, everyone. That kind of thing,
Mhm,
right? And
mhm,
then I will go, but I go to the social media. So, when I have that free time, eventually I'll go and be looking at, oh, what's this person doing now? This is my old schoolmate. What are they up to? This celebrity, what are they up to? So, some of you that are watching this, that's probably the boat you are in right now. You tell yourself you're not a social media person and you don't believe that you can do this. But yet, you're on social media, you're watching us. When you finish watching us now, you will now scroll to your next celebrity to go and watch what's the latest gist. Then you're not going to check that your friend from university to see where they are staying now. And then you come back and say, oh, I'm not a social media person. So here's the thing, right? This business helped me to come out of my shell. If you told me 7 years ago that I'm going to be doing a live stream like this, an interview chatting with somebody online, live and direct, I'll be like, no, 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 no. Walk the other way. It's not me you're talking about. It's a dream. But here I am today. This is not the first, this is not the second. At this point, I've lost
oh
count
yeah.
of how many live sessions like this that I've done. Today, I also host webinars, both
Oh
webinars for
yeah.
my community, webinars for my team. I host training sessions. Like basically, I've people that know me from 10 years ago, they come online, they're like, is this the Ishoma we used to know? Abi, what happened? It's the money from the online space. When you chop online money, you wouldn't know
Oh
where
my God. For sure.
you know when you come out and start jubilating and telling other
Yes,
people,
so.
you know. So at the end of the day, this business can definitely grow you in so many ways beyond what you actually imagine, right? A lot of us come here because we want to make the money, we want to retire early, we want to leave our 9 to 5, we want to be present for our families. But beyond that, it comes with personal development, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Comes with leadership skills. Like I'm a coach in our community, and we go through a very intense training
Oh
before
yes.
you become that coach, right? And it comes with obviously the ability to connect with other people, like-minded people. I give example of Amaka. I didn't know her before, but now we get to work together. And there's so many other people that I've met over the years, that is like basically if I go to any town or any country right now, I can find somebody who is from our community and get to meet with them. So it opens up, your network, you get to meet people, you get to, rub shoulders with people and learn from them. So in
Mhm.
terms of personal development, professional development, because yes, you also learn skills from our
Oh yeah.
training, right? That you
Mm.
can learn easily transfer to other aspects of, of your life and other ventures that you might want to, go into. So
Mhm.
you're getting the financial benefit, you're getting the time freedom benefit, because for me, I'm my own boss, so I get to set my schedule when I
Yeah.
want to work, when I want to be off, that kind of thing. You get to have, the time obviously to spend with your family, and then you get that personal development, professional development, and
Mhm.
exposure, right? And community. So, I mean, the blessings and the benefits are so much that, when you come in here, it's the all in one package, really. Yeah, it's an all in one package.
Right. Benefits above benefits above finance. Yeah,
Yeah.
above the financial gain. Yes. Most
Mhm.
of us have learned skills. That's the truth. Formerly, we just scroll through social media. We see ads. We don't know how they generate them. That's
Yeah.
it. Like, how does this come? You see that it's written ads. But
Mm,
now you know how they come about, how it's generated, how you can be able to prompt certain things in the social media space.
mhm.
For those of us that when I had Instagram, of course I had Instagram from beginning, but I can't even, like, I go there like 3 times a year. But look at me now. I now understand that you can post on Facebook at the same time, get the
Mhm.
Instagram, get the TikTok and all that. So there are
Yeah.
lots of things to learn, lots of things to learn. Apart from social media, there are
Yeah.
lots of other things that the community takes care of, you know. Sometimes they even help you take care of your mindset, your attitude,
Mm,
your, yes, your ability to relax, you know, for your, as you're learning it for your business, you're learning it for yourself as well. So
mm.
that's just it. And there
Yeah.
are other questions. I wanted to ask this, but I mean your story is already a success story. But apart from yours, yes, apart
Yeah.
from yours, which other success stories can you just point out? Just briefly tell us. Yeah,
Too
it's
many to
endless, I know.
too many, too many to mention.
Too many,
Okay,
of
let
course.
me pick one, because
Mm,
wow, I mean, the community is just so inspiring. From
mhm,
like whoever you think you are, whatever experience you think you've had, when you get into this community, you're gonna see somebody who is in a similar, or who was in a similar position as you are right now, and they were able to break through from
mm,
that situation, right? I think the story I'm going to share will be specifically about this couple. They are actually based in Calgary, Alberta. And the reason I'm picking them is because when I tell you the story, you're going to realize that, man, maybe where you are right now, you have not seen anything yet. Let me tell you their story. So this couple, they started this business in about 2018. So they're about 8 years now in the community. Before starting this business, before joining this community, they had tried 23 other businesses. Did you catch that? I didn't say one business. I didn't say two. I didn't say
23.
20. I said 23 other
Mm-hmm.
businesses. And keep in mind, I'm not talking about people that are in their 70s or 60s. Oh. They are young. They are very young people, just like me and Amaka. They're about our age range. So if they had failed at 23 other businesses,
3 times.
before, yes, before they now decided to pack their load here and remain here for the past 8 years, what does that tell you? Think about it. What does that tell you? Okay. And let me tell you, this same couple, when they started this business, they had over $86,000 in debt,
In debt.
consumer
Yeah.
debt. Because most of us in diaspora, we can relate to the fact that anywhere you go, you want to buy a car, oh, you can have it. You just put it on credit. You want to go
Mm.
to buy some new furniture for your house, oh, you can have it. Just put it on credit.
Oh
Anything
yeah.
you can put on credit. Even one man said, now, if you want to go and buy food, save on credit, they will allow you. you know. So they had over 80,000 in debt, right? But they knew when they saw this that, this has that potential to help them get that financial freedom, to pay off that
Yeah.
debt, for them not to have to look at any other business and to do much more. As I'm
Mm.
talking to you guys right now, this couple, they paid off their debts a long time ago.
Mm. Wow.
$86,000 is what they make at least in a month right now. In
Wow.
1 month. Okay.
Mm.
Not only that, they bought a brand new house, brand new build in
Mm.
Calgary, Alberta. And
Mm.
within a space of 3 years, they were able to pay it off.
Mm.
Are you catching me?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I'm not finished though. As if that was not enough. They got featured in Dave Ramsey's show. I don't know how many of you know Dave Ramsey. You can go on YouTube and type Dave Ramsey, the guy that teaches about financial freedom and all that, right? They got featured, like they literally flew to US and got featured on his show. Why? Because they were able to pay off over $700,000, which
Wow.
includes their mortgages, their consumer debts, their auto loans, like all of the loans and the debts and everything that they had.
Mm-hmm.
700,000 they were able to pay it off because of this business. Remember, I said they had failed at 23 other businesses. So imagine,
23.
yeah, watching this, and you feel like, I'm tired of trying. I tried one business, they scam me. This one, work. I don't think business is for me. Let me just continue at that job. But yet at that job, you are not happy.
Yeah, yeah.
People failed at 23 businesses, but they did not give up. And when they found out this is their final bus stop, they've been in it for the last 8 years. So, guys, if that does not inspire you, I don't know what else will. I don't know what else will. Right? So sorry, Amaka, I'm just going to quickly answer a question here. I see Chinyere
Okay.
who has been watching us. So thank you, sis, for
Oh, oh, yeah.
she's been asking questions like, aside the registration fees, how much do you invest to start getting the benefits? That's a great question. And honestly, I would say you need to reach out to either of us, whichever page. I don't know which page you're watching from right now, and then we can discuss some more, because it sounds like you haven't actually seen our detailed Zooms that we normally do where we reveal everything. Because your next question asks, what products do you guys sell? And what is the best product to start with? So those things will get answered inside of that Zoom that I'm talking about. So chat with either of us, and we'll provide you with access to see all those things. And then it says, do people in Africa have a chance to join? Yes, we have people in Africa that are
Oh,
already.
yes.
Yes,
Yes.
can
Yeah.
definitely do it as well.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Awesome.
Lots
So
of
carry
people.
on, Amaka.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, this question, outside everything else, the financial gain and every other thing that we've talked about today, what else surprised you the most in this very business? Because I know there are many others. Like I go online, I see what is going on, the meet and the greet, and all that. There are many other benefits. What else? Which other thing surprises you that has come to you as an individual outside the financial benefits, outside the knowledge? Which other things? Yeah, it's like gain for people who are going to come in, because it's not just about money. That's what I keep telling people. This
Yeah.
business is not just about money. So,
Honestly, I mean, the only thing that stands out to me, because there are so many, right? But the thing that I would say is the number one out of all of them is the community.
oh,
Like,
there
I don't
you go.
I don't really know how to explain it, because if you're somebody that has done business before, then maybe you'll be able to understand what I'm about to explain. Keep in mind, before I started this business, I actually ran an e-commerce store. Okay, I had a Shopify store, and boy, oh boy, it was a struggle, because I didn't know my A from my B. I didn't know my left from my right. I didn't have somebody to ask questions. Like I didn't have a community. I didn't have a mentor, a coach. I didn't have training. I was just on my own, like trial and error. you know. I
Mhm.
struggled quite a bit, trying to figure things out. And eventually, when I figure it out, it's like, oh, there could be a better way. And then I go and try to figure out this better way. And then at the end of the day, when you now start looking at the sales coming in from that e-commerce store, it's not even making sense for all the effort and the time that you put in, you know? So for me, quite frankly, one of the things that blew me away when I watched the webinar for this business was I could see that all the things that I was struggling with my previous business was already being handled here. Okay. So talk about the fact that the products have already been, the products, the vendors, they've already done the groundwork on that. With
Oh,
my
yeah.
previous business, I had to figure that out for myself, right? I had to try different vendors and then maybe quit with them and they try these other ones. Then talk about the fact that training was provided, mentorship was provided, dedicated coaches provided. Every single week, we meet with millionaires. Like we have what we call millionaire masterminds. They
Mastermind.
are literally sitting like this and listening to a millionaire talking to you. You type a question, they will answer you. I'm like, where? See me, I know millionaire. When you come in,
Oh my God.
then when we now go for our conferences, you can rub shoulders with these millionaires. And
Mm.
they're just humble, regular human beings. That it's not as if they're born into wealth. They were actually they became millionaires because of this business. And you can talk to them, you can chat with them, you can joke with them, you can ask them questions. They will teach you, guide you, show you. I'm like, where else can you see this? Like, where else? So that's why I said this is a total package, because you can, yes, you can try to go and venture into online business by yourself, but you will struggle. That's just the reality. And let me tell you guys something, there are some other things that I even ventured into because I was trying to expand my knowledge. And the moment I paid my money, the person disappeared. It's like, oh, good luck, your training is open, go ahead. What am I supposed to do? I'm just on my own. But here it's not like that. You're going to have a mentor that is walking you through along the way. If you have a question, you have someone to go to. You have a community,
Oh
small
yeah.
community. Have people in your location that you can reach out to. We have in-person meetups that you get to meet people in person. You learn from. You ask questions. You ask them, how was it for you? How were you able to do it? Every week we meet online. We learn from each other. So my people, like, you cannot go wrong here. That's why in the beginning I was giving disclaimer that except you're somebody who you don't have, the right mindset, or you're not somebody who wants to learn, or you're somebody who is looking for a get rich quick opportunity. But if you're somebody who is focused and you are patient and you know that it takes a bit of time, effort, and money to make more money, then there's no way you can go wrong here. You understand? So that, I would say, is my biggest thing that's really shocked me about this business outside of the money.
Thank you so much, Coach.
You're
It's
welcome.
been wonderful having you. It's really nice because this community is one of the things that people lack in lots of businesses. That's the fact.
Yeah.
When I started, like Coach Isioma here, she's my coach.
Mhm.
I've been seeing her ads on Facebook. That is, her ads are always so pretty. Oh my good God. One of the ones that stuck with me is the one that she had her kids and they were on a yacht, something like that. They went for their regular break, their summer holidays or so. I kept looking at her. She had her baby on the side. I was like, hey, this, if someone can have a child, children, and then do this,
Yeah.
maybe I can try too, because I'm a registered nurse. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself initially, my bad. So I'm a registered nurse. I live in New Brunswick, Canada. And you know what it's like. Nursing is quite stressful.
Yeah.
I've been a nurse for the past 18 years. So I decided that I should try something else because everything in my head now is nursing. Was in my head is just about nursing. That's all I know. Nursing this, nursing that. And then at a point, I looked at it. I moved to a new unit, and the new unit was quite stressful. It was much more stressful than every other unit I've been before. So I told myself, like, maybe I should try something new, not just to leave the profession. I love nursing, I love what I do, but
Mhm.
something to add to it,
Yeah.
something so that I can stop having to pick up extra shift. See,
Mm.
we are abroad, commitments are there. You can't run away from it. So you
Yeah.
definitely need something extra. So like that, I got into this business. And then apart from that, at a point I got pregnant. I
Mhm.
usually say it in my group there that I have a baby. So when I looked at it, I say, this is going to be a problem.
Mm.
Like, there is a particular stage or age you get to in life when you are pregnant, you know that you cannot have that baby and then be doing your regular shift and then extra shift. So you just have to see if you can build something when there is still time,
Mhm.
because post pregnancy you are going to be at home. So I said fine, so that might be an opportunity for me to really work on this business. So if
Mhm.
I start it and then continue that till postpartum period, when you're on your mat leave, that will be a good time to build on this business, because this business is building. That's
Yeah.
that. From beginning I knew that you don't have to rush into it and say you are making money tomorrow. No, because when they tell you that you need to read, as somebody who has gone to school, you know what it's like. When they say you have to read, you have to understand, it means that you really have to understand. So you have to exercise some degree of patience, because you don't go into a business and then quickly you start earning. What do you know that is about? you
Yeah.
know how do you go about it? They told you there's going to be a coach, there's going to be a mentor. There's a reason for that. You
Yeah.
understand? So that means it requires some degree of patience. So it was a very good fit for me. It was quite different from what I knew, and I was so open to learn about it. So
Mm-hmm.
daily, with time, I decided to reduce my extra shift so that I can have time to understand what the business is about. And
Mm-hmm.
then I had my baby in February, and then I'm on my maternity leave now. So it's just building and building and learning, and I'm super excited about it. That's just the truth.
Yes.
The community, I can't even say that enough. Like, if I have any question, all I have to do is type it.
Yeah.
If I send it to coach, we are on different time zones. She's like 4 hours ahead of me, and I always know when she's awake because she will just answer it. Yeah, they are always there.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is talking about it. Our coaches are mentor. You are under an obligation to take care of those that are coming under you. And
Yeah.
one thing I need to tell you is that they are doing this because they want every one of us to understand the business. You see, in this business, no one's business is tied to the other. It is your business.
Mm-hmm.
You are the one taking care of it. You have to build yourself to a certain extent. So
Yeah.
we wouldn't say the coaches and the mentors are answering us because we are dependent on them too. That is the difference between the traditional MLM than to this one, because
Mm-hmm.
no one is dependent on anyone. So they are
Mm-hmm.
giving you a selfless help so that
Yeah.
you will understand, you will come in. And then the millionaire mastermind, the one we do, oh God, I just stare when we go out there. I look at people, I listen to their story, and I say, God, I have not even suffered. To see people, there are people I've seen their back from their front, and
Yeah.
look at them. They are making six figures, they are making millions, they are comfortable, they are paying off their debts as if there's no tomorrow
Yeah.
because they listened, they learned, they put in the hard work. So this business is a very good fit for everyone, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So you come in, you key in, you plug in, everything, most things are already there for you. The automations are there. They give you your access, then you start learning and start earning. That's just the way it is. There are different ways that we advertise, so if for instance you say you don't want to go on social media, which is very, very important that you do, you can do what they call warm marketing. When you come in, you learn all that. There are different ways to market. But
Mm-hmm.
for people, if you say maybe you are so shy, I don't know anybody, I don't want that, this is the fit, this is the business for you. If
Yeah.
you don't know anybody, I know people in the UK. I just came into Canada 2023. I don't know lots of people here. You understand? Apart from my co-workers, and we don't have that much relationship in terms of such kind of things. But my friends in the UK, they see my social media ads. They see them and they will contact me and say, babe, what are you doing? Please, you need to carry us along, that kind of thing. And then also here, people who are total strangers, they just key into it because this is a good fit for them. So
Yeah.
you come in, you pay your 149,
Mm-hmm.
for 30 days, you have the access to check out our community, check out whatever they tell you, they give you the orientation. If
Mm-hmm.
you think it's a perfect fit for you, then you continue. If not, they'll give you your money back. There's actually no pressure. No one is going to say, no, 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 you need to stay. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, because as people are keen in, that's just it. If you don't want to, someone else will, that kind of a thing. So it's a very legit business. I just want to say this. It's
Mm.
very, very legit. We
Yes.
file our taxes. Last year, this April, I filed my own tax. Your T4 will be sent to you from the company. You file your tax. It's government approved. It's
Yeah.
recognized. So there's really nothing much to be afraid of. So the benefits beyond the income is what Coach Isioma has already explained. Lots of things. You meet people. We go for meetings. We go for in different countries of the world. When you get there, you see things. You'll be happy. You
Yeah.
see some persons that you've not seen. Some people in their last meet and greet, I saw them. They were saying, "I haven't seen this person, for the past 6 years. This is the first time." You see, yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
yes, yeah. So there's this trust, there's this love, there's this community. A
Mm-hmm.
lot. I can't stress that community because I have not seen this kind of community in my life.
Yeah.
So it's a very great benefit. So Coach Isioma, what is our next step now for those that have been listening to us? Yes, so that's the next thing.
Yes, yes, yes. Wow, that was powerful. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you know invited me for this interview, and you said a lot, right? Because there are those people that are watching us and they're saying, I lost money last year to one thing like that. I don't want to mention any names, but there's a few of them who lost. People
Yes, so
unfortunately lost money too,
oh
and that
yes,
makes them so skeptical, right?
oh yeah, yeah.
Like you rightly said, this one is government recognized. In fact, I always tell people, if you yourself, you're not a legit resident of the country,
You can't do it.
Canada,
Yeah,
like, I'm not a legit resident of Canada, I can't even do this business. So
yeah.
that's to tell you how legit this is. Okay.
Mm,
So the next step from here, my people, is to first of all watch our webinar, right? How do you access
mhm,
our webinar? You can comment below this video on either of
mhm.
our pages that you're watching this, or send us a private message and we'll
Okay.
send you the link to access the webinar. So we have a webinar today, actually, Tuesday,
Mhm,
the next 2 hours, right? And you've just heard from only two of us right now, me and Amaka. But when you come to the webinar by the next 2 hours, you're going to see even more
oh
people
yeah.
into this platform. You're going to hear their experiences. How is it really, has it really been for people, right? You get to ask, questions. Once you're done watching, you can reach out to us and we're happy to answer you and to walk you through. And
Mhm,
then after watching the webinar, there is that registration fee of 149, which we've already talked about, that will
mhm,
give you that trial period, 30 days for you to come in,
mhm,
do your due diligence. You now belong to the community and you get to see things for yourself. And then if for some reason you feel like, okay, you know what, I'm out of here, I don't want this, we give you the money back. So there's no risk, there's no commitment really. It's
mhm,
just for you to come in, see how everything is going, make an informed decision whether it's something you want to proceed with or not. You understand?
mhm.
So that's the next step from here. Okay, so just comment below or private message us and we'll send you the link to access tonight's webinar. Okay.
Yes, so and there's a promo going on this very month. You don't want to miss it. There's
Mhm.
a promo going on in the community, so you
Yes,
don't want
yes,
to miss it. So key in.
yes.
Thank you so much, Coach Shoma. Let me leave you. Oh my God, I've taken you much more than I I wanted to, but I really
Yes,
appreciate your questions, your
yes.
answers, your commitment to this whole thing. Thank you so
You're
much. Yeah.
welcome. You're welcome.
All
Thanks for
right.
having me.
Mm-hmm. All right, so my people, this is it. Oh, you've heard it from the both of us. So just you
Mhm.
take your decision. Send me message or whichever page you are viewing this from. Send us a message, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
All right. See you
All
guys.
right. All
Bye.
right. Bye. Take care. Bye.